What if you took the intensity of a battle royale game, added an ominous environment, deadly AI enemies, and a boss fight? Well, then you would have Hunt Showdown. Hunt Showdown is a competitive first-person PvP bounty hunting game with PvE elements. Being developed by Crytek, their goal is to pack the thrill of survival games into a match-based format, and what's come out is being described as a next step in battle royale. Here today, I'll be going over everything you need to know about Hunt Showdown. We'll be talking about the systems, mechanics, and just what is this game? I've been keeping my eye on this one, and it's shaping up to be a mighty interesting and scary looking game. Okay, it's not actually like scary, you know. It's for effect. Let's start with the basics. The game is set in 19th century Louisiana in zombie-infested swamps. You play as a bounty hunter who kills monsters for gold. The goal is to track down a boss, banish them to hell, collect the bounty, and escape. However, the entire game is built around making that as difficult as possible. 10 players going solo or in teams of 2 are dropped into a large open swamp. The objective is to track down and kill a boss monster hidden somewhere on the map, but this isn't a straightforward boss hunt. Along the way, you'll encounter a variety of zombies, traps, difficult terrain, and other players. Yes, this is a PvP game, so anyone can kill you at any time, making stealth very important. Sneaking around, you'll try to avoid or take out any zombies or other players you encounter, all while continuing to track down the boss, uncovering more clues, and narrowing down its location. What I really like about this boss hunting mechanic is it essentially replaces the circle mechanic that you see in battle royale games. The match goes on, people die off. To keep things exciting, everyone's forced to the central point. And when you get to the boss, there's a good chance that somebody's already there or someone's coming really soon. Once you find the boss, you have to kill it, which is no small feat. The one boss they've shown so far is a terrifyingly fast spider that can crawl on walls and poison you if it gets close. Killing the boss, though, is only the first step because you must then collect the bounty, and in order to do so, you have to banish them. Starting the banishing process alerts all players by forming a signal in the sky and marking your location on the map, and at this point, you become the target. Other players will try to hunt you down and take your reward. If you manage to fend them off successfully and banish the boss, you then take the bounty and make your way to an extraction point. But beware of any remaining hunters, as they can still kill you and take the prize. So, we've got 10 players, you uncover clues, hunt, kill, and banish the boss, all while fighting other players and zombies. Those are the basics. Let's go into some of the specific mechanics of this game. First, there's the hunting, tracking down the boss. It's fairly straightforward. The dark sight mechanic shows you the location of a nearby clue. You go to the clue, interact with it, and then your map narrows down the potential zones the boss could be in. Do that enough times and you'll be brought directly to it. Or, if other players find, kill, and banish the boss, you'll be shown exactly where they are. Enemies in the game are plentiful and dangerous. Grunts, dogs, slugs, meatheads, swarmers, bosses like the spider, all pose a major threat. The AI in this game is meant to be a challenge that makes life difficult for the players, and they're absolutely everywhere. In the forest, the swamp, every town, you'll be surrounded by enemies. And then there's the other players. As mentioned earlier, this is a full-on PvP game with 10 players per match. And while the number of opponents may seem small, the danger they pose is very real. Early on, you can sneak around to avoid others, but as the match progresses and players uncover more clues, everyone will be moving to a central location, and that's when things get interesting. There's loads of audio cues tipping off player location. Twigs and glass on the ground, animals like birds, dogs, and horses noisily reacting to nearby players, the sound of gunfire as hunters defend themselves. All of this reveals the location of players. And while the ultimate goal is to kill the boss and collect the bounty, you could skip that step and just hunt other people. As they attempt to kill and banish the boss, sneak up and take them out. And when you do get in a fight, engagements are fairly short, as players can die in 1 or 2 well-placed shots, so the element of surprise becomes very important. The game is played on an open-world map with lots of diverse locations and interactive elements. You can climb ladders, open doors, shutter windows, shoot out locks, mantle over objects and terrain. The characters you play, known as hunters, are obtained via a recruit system. You select a hunter from a few randomized options, each with different weapons, items, and traits. You can then buy additional additional gear for them in a store with in-game currency. Death in the game is permanent and comes at the loss of any gear your hunter was using. However, the experience carries over via bloodlines, a leveling and progression system that unlocks new and better gear for your future hunters. And speaking of gear, there's over 40 different weapons, tools, and equipment options in the game, all set in the 19th century. Although not totally realistic, they keep the general design and theme. Revolvers, shotguns, bolt-action rifles, sabers, dynamite, and barbed wire traps, just to name a few. Hunter loadouts include 2 weapon spots, spots for tools, consumables, and traits that give you special bonuses. The game is currently in closed alpha and will be coming to Steam Early Access sometime soon. Crytek is promising to add additional modes, map variations, crafting, along with more monsters, gear, and hunters. And that is basically everything you need to know about Hunt Showdown. The game is looking mighty interesting. I've been keeping my eye on it for a while. We've got the closed alpha going on right now, and we've seen some gameplay. It's looking a little janky, but it's the same kind of alpha jank that you expect with every game. Hopefully they sort out rough FPS, not so great looking animations, things like that. And I might be getting a chance to actually play it today or tomorrow, and if so, I'll probably do a gameplay video with some of my impressions as well. So stay tuned for that. See ya! I'm kind of starting to regret having the chalkboard because now I feel like I gotta write something stupid on it every time I make a video. Like, what is this? Good job, you can spell.